Greetings. It's Thursday, November the 15th, I believe, and just wanted to give you guys a quick update. It's been a little bit of time since we last spoke, and normally I have the baby here with me. We're out and about running some errands, and if you look closely, she's back there in the back. I just pulled over. And hopefully I don't have to pull off and start driving because she gets a little antsy. But there's a couple things I just want to update you guys on. First of all, let me just say thank you so much to everybody out there, family, friends, colleagues, clients, for all your love and support and well wishes, from the United States all the way across the world to Israel. You guys have made this journey just a little bit easier, just with all of the love and support that you guys have given us. So I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate all of you guys. And I haven't returned some phone calls and some text messages, and hopefully you guys can understand. It's just been crazy busy, and sometimes I kind of get lost in the sauce of it all. But your thoughts and your prayers have not gone unnoticed and or unappreciated. The last we spoke, we were going to be finishing up her first session of chemo. It was actually her last of 3 drugs, the second half of the last of 3 drugs, and we had some issues in terms of finding a vein. So it was supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Went Wednesday, could not find a vein. I kind of gave you guys that whole thing. So went back the next day. They did an ultrasound option where they found the vein via ultrasound, which was a lot easier. It only took them 1 shot to get it done. Ahava was a trooper. She did really well. The staff did really well. So we got that taken care of. And the one of the big concerns with that was we could have skipped that second half of the 3rd drug. And per our oncologist, she would have basically been fine. But the concern is that you don't want to continue throughout the process of giving her partial dosages of her chemo. So, like, say for instance, we didn't give her the full dose the next time, we really would have needed to. But if, say, hypothetically there was an issue in terms of finding a vein again, then we could be potentially compromising her care. So we were really thankful that we were able to find that vein and get it done. So that follow-up, that went well. Then the next week we actually had a follow-up appointment. After your chemo, the next week they want to do some blood work and basically get like a blood count, check your blood count, excuse me. And she did really well. All her counts looked really good. Her white blood cells were really low, but that was to be expected. And so basically what that means is that she is a little bit more susceptible to being sick. Basically her immune system is a lot lower, and so as a result there is a drug called Bactrim that we were recommended and that she's taken to really help fight against a specific type of pneumonia. So something that we have to do every week, 2 days out of the week, and out of those 2 days it has to be done twice in a day. So other than that, everything looked good when it came to that follow-up appointment. We always have a ton of questions and things like that for the doctors, and they've been really supportive. I wanted to tell you guys about support groups. One of the things that I think is really important, obviously, with you guys out there supporting us, but also finding people that can identify with what we're actually going through. So, Henny found this group called Momcology, and Momcology, and it's primarily a group of women that get together and talk about all the things that they are going through with their family and their experiences and things like that. And I went to the group with Ahava and Henny, and I was the only guy there representing for the fellas. But it was cool just to hear them give their experiences, and also to share some of ours with them. We actually found one woman there whose husband also has retinoblastoma, and we plan on reaching out. So I definitely encourage you guys in the future, whether it be retinoblastoma or any other type of challenge like we're going through, to reach out to others for support. And you'd be surprised at just how much you can learn, but also how much like to a certain degree, we kind of felt like, are we the only ones going through this, basically, worst case scenarios and all these different things. And just remember, there's always somebody out there who has it worse than you do. So that was something that we had to keep in mind, and that Momcology group was great, and definitely plan on getting back with them in the future for sure. As I was telling you before, suffering from some information overload. So at some point I'm going to try to get you guys some different facts, and have some information that's specific, and even include some links that will give you some really good detailed information in terms of retinoblastoma, because I am not a doctor in the medical field, so I do not want to give out any misinformation. So I will be doing that in the future. One of the things that I got from a friend, I'm going to call her a friend because she shared some information with us about her personal experience with retinoblastoma and her family, was to do your own research. So so let me back up. Throughout this process of Ahava getting this chemotherapy, like during the time she was getting this chemotherapy, I'm gonna say we experienced her having some abnormal body movements, I'll just say. And there was something that was a little bit weird, and we asked some questions about it, and there was some concern, nothing major, but there was some concern. So we scheduled an EEG. Basically, it's a neurological test on the brain, basically, and we still haven't found any results. We actually have a 2-day stay that we're going to be doing some really extended testing pretty soon. But when it comes to doing your own research, so the oncologists weren't really sure what was going on and why she was having these abnormal body movements, and they recommended us go to the specialist, and they gave us some of their opinions, essentially, in terms of what could be causing that. What drugs that she's taking. There's a drug called vincristine that she's taking as a part of her chemotherapy, that could potentially cause some issues, but the doctor wouldn't commit to that and wasn't sure. So what I did was I looked up all the drugs that she had been administered from start to finish, basically from the first day to today, and found out some interesting stuff. Vincristine, it's definitely is one that could potentially cause some issues, but I did find out that the nausea medications and drugs that she's been taking could potentially cause some things as well. I may have to start moving because she's starting to get a little fussy back there. And that wasn't something that the doctors told me initially, but what I found out, that, and there's no, I did my own research, so there's no guarantee that that's the cause of these abnormal body movements, but it definitely gave me some positive feelings in terms of where this could be originating from. So we're gonna go on Friday for this EEG, and we should be able to get some more information from them. But the good thing is that over the last several days we haven't seen any of these abnormal body movements. So me trying to make common sense out of things, I want to say it's kind of cycled out of her system, and obviously there's potential for her to come back because she's going to be doing these chemotherapy treatments for the next five months or so. So initially there were some thoughts that it could be some other things, but definitely feeling a lot better in terms of that. Hopefully you can follow me with that. I definitely encourage you guys to stay organized, because when you're going through this process, they're giving you so much information, so many documents and papers and things like that. So we have a binder that we hold everything in, and some spreadsheets that we're working off of as well. So staying organized is really going to be helpful for us when we have questions, when other people have questions. If we have to go back to any other documents in the past or refer to any information, it'll be a lot easier to do it in that way. So for the most part, how is Ahava doing? She's doing great. Regular baby. She gets fussy here and there. I'm so glad I did that research, because it can kind of give me some idea of why she might be so fussy and things like that. But she's doing good. I wish you guys could see her. Actually, she's back there smiling right now, resting. Hair is just growing, longer and longer. Face getting fatter and fatter. She, she's doing really well. She is laughing more. It seems like her communication is different now too, in terms of she's not just crying for milk, but she kind of she does it in a different way, where the sounds sound a little bit different now. So she is progressing very well. All of the tests that she goes through in terms of the doctors and her development are going really well, and definitely looking forward to her resting through the night, that's for sure. But otherwise she's doing awesome. So who knows what the future holds. Her next session is November 27th, so that'll be a big date, and then we'll go from there. So this one was a little bit longer than the past videos, but I just wanted to reach out to you guys. I know it had been a little bit of time. The last time you caught me, I was like, I was not in the best mood, and I'm feeling a little bit better for sure. And just staying positive, just staying positive is the best thing that I believe we can do, and doing our due diligence and staying abreast of what is going on with her on a daily basis. So this past week or so, we took what we call a staycation in Philly, and was able to kind of take some time to ourselves and bond with each other and just kind of hang out. Tudaraba to our staycation location. I'm not going to throw your name out there, but thank you so much. And yeah, that was great. One of the things that got out of this momcology, which makes a lot of sense, is being okay and accepting of the emotions that you're going through. You know, you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, and you know, give yourself space to be human and have those emotions, but hopefully not get lost in those emotions. So staycation, you know, has been great. Definitely want to make sure that Henny and I are healthy mentally, physically, and we're doing great. You know, our relationship, I'm super blessed to have the relationship that I have, the wife that I have, and you know, of course, the daughter that I have too. So I will be reaching back out to you guys, and as we discussed in the past, and for now, I think that's it. Thank you so much. Peace.